Good morning, fifth grader. This morning I will be reading to you NTI Day, April 2nd. Your NTI Day Daily Overview is Math, page 3 through 6, Reading, page 7 through 12, Writing, page 13 through 16, Social Studies, page 17 through 24, and Music, page 25 through 28. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Eleanor Roosevelt. Mathematics, Lesson Overview, Learning Target. I can compare two numbers from the billions through the thousands place using greater than, less than, and equal to symbols. Daily Learning Plan. This lesson will focus on the foundations of the place value system, specifically the comparing and ordering numbers. In this lesson, you will review the strategies required to compare two or more numbers. In order to be successful in this lesson, you will need to follow each of the steps in the learning plan below. Today you will read the provided notes, page 4, to gain understanding for today's learning target. Complete the learning target practice, page 5. Using the notes from today's learning target, answer each of the questions. To show your understanding of today's learning target, complete all parts of the practice. This is an opportunity to engage the content to gain a deeper understanding of what we are doing. Complete the exit slip, page 6, to demonstrate your understanding of today's learning target. Mathematics Learning Target Notes. Learning Target. I can compare two numbers from the billions through the thousands place using greater than, less than, and equal to symbols. Comparing and ordering decimals. All numbers have value. You can compare the value of two numbers by using the following symbols: greater than, less than, and equal to. Follow these steps to compare two numbers. Step 1. Line up the numbers according to place value. Step 2. Compare the numbers in each place, starting with the largest. Start here. 1 equals 1, 2 equals 2, 4 is more than 3, so 12.4 is greater than 12.39. Step 3. Use the symbols to show the relationship between the new numbers. 12.4 is greater than 12.39. 12.4 is greater than 12.39. To order a group of numbers, you complete steps 1 through 3 with more than two numbers. Start here. 3 equals 3. 4 is more than 3. Of the 3.45 is the greatest. 9 is greater than nothing. 3.39 is next largest. So, 3.45 is greater than 3.39, which is greater than 3.3. Let's practice. Use the less than, greater than, or equal to compare the numbers. Order the numbers from least to greatest. Write your answers over here on the line. Let's see what you know. Which of the following decimals makes this statement true? A. Does 45.78 greater than A. 4.578, B. 45.78, C. 457.8, or D. 4,578? Number 2. Which of the following decimals makes this statement true? Number 3. Which of the following statements is true? Number 4. Which inequality is incorrect? Reading, Lesson Overview, Learning Target. I can quote accurately from a literary text to support an inference I have made. Daily Learning Plan. This packet focuses on inferencing, specifically how to use background knowledge and text proof to make an inference. In order to be successful in this lesson, you will need to follow each of the steps in the learning plan below. Today you will read the provided notes, page 8, to gain understanding for today's learning target. Complete the learning target practice, page 9 through 10, using the notes from today's learning target. Answer each of the questions. To show your understanding of today's learning target, complete all parts of the practice. This is an opportunity to engage the content to gain a deeper understanding of what we are doing. Complete the exit slip, page 11 through 12, to demonstrate your understanding of today's learning target. An inference is an educated guess based on what is in the text and what the reader already knows. The reader can make inferences and draw conclusions about a character, a situation in a story, or information presented. What I read plus what I know equals an inference. A story may say, for example, the sun was shining, birds were singing, and Thomas was whistling and bouncing his ball. The reader can conclude that this is a cheery scene, and based on what the reader already knows about human behavior, he or she can infer that Thomas is happy. Making an inference in fiction. Number 1. Find an important or surprising dialogue or action. 2. Why did the character say or do that? Number 3. What is the character thinking? And number 4, what are you thinking? I'm thinking blank because the character blank. Let's practice. Maria walked into the kitchen with a frown on her face. Her mother was standing over the counter, chopping red peppers. Maria sat down on a small stool. Maria's mother looked up from her cutting board. Maria, you need to cheer up. Rowdy wasn't your dog. It's not fair for you to keep him. I know, Maria began. I'll be all right. I'll just miss when Rowdy jumps on my belly when I'm lying on the floor. I'll miss when he curls up in that shoebox. I'll just miss him. Maria's mother stopped chopping and walked over beside her daughter. Sweetie, don't you worry. Your birthday is right around the corner, and I know just what to get you. Maria's face lit up. Oh, Mom, she exclaimed, hugging her mother. Use this chart to help you find explicit examples and details from the text to make inferences. Remember that what I read plus what I know equals an inference. According to the text, you can infer that A. Maria lost her best friend. B. Maria found a stray dog. C. Maria wanted a goldfish, a pet goldfish. Or D. Maria was excited about her birthday. Maria loved Rowdy. What evidence from the text supports this statement? A. I'll just miss him. B. Maria walked into the kitchen with a frown on her face. C. It's not fair for you to keep him. Or D. Sweetie, don't you worry. Maria's mother says, Your birthday is right around the corner, and I know just what to get you. This helps us infer that A. Maria will turn a year older. B. Maria's mother is throwing her a party. C. Maria will get a new dog for her birthday. Or D. Maria will get a pony for her birthday. Answer key is B. Maria's mom tells her that Rowdy wasn't her dog, and it wouldn't be fair to keep him. A. Maria says, I will just miss him when she is explaining how Rowdy jumps on her belly and curls up with her. And C. Maria's mom knew how Maria felt when she couldn't keep Rowdy, therefore she knew a dog would be a perfect gift. Let's see what you know. Most of the time, Katrine was very loud. She was never mean to anyone, but she laughed and talked loudly when she shouldn't. While the teacher was giving a lecture, Catherine would sometimes interrupt to ask a question without raising her hand. Or if someone said something funny, she would laugh so hard she couldn't stop. Her teacher complained that Catherine's behavior was not helpful for a good learning environment. Once, Catherine even had to write "I will not talk during class" on the board 100 times. What does Catherine have to write on the board? A. I cannot talk anymore. B. I will not talk during class. C. I must control my talking. Or D. I will talk only at recess. What inference can you make about the teacher who punishes Catherine? A. The teacher liked her behavior. B. The teacher did not like Catherine. C. The teacher did not like her behavior. Or D. The teacher does not care how Catherine behaves. What inference can you make about Catherine? Look at your answer for number 2. Give one example the writer uses to show a way Catherine acts that annoys her teacher. Writing, lesson overview. Learning target. I can write an opinion piece on a topic, supporting my point of view with reasons and evidence. Weekly learning plan. This week will focus on opinion writing. This is your opportunity to practice the power of using your thoughts to effectively communicate your opinion. In order to allow you to work on the different elements of a complete writing piece, each day has its own focus. By Thursday, you will have a completed opinion piece and be ready to try one in one sitting on Friday. This week you will, Monday, read the prompt and create a plan using a graphic organizer or Foursquare. This is your chance to brainstorm ideas and design the flow of your piece. Tuesday, write the introduction. Be sure to grab your reader's attention with a great hook and state the purpose of your writing piece. Wednesday, write the body of your piece using strong supporting details such as examples, explanations, and experiences. Make your plan come alive in your piece. Thursday, write your conclusion. This is your chance to bring all of your thoughts to an end and leave the reader thinking. Friday, practice a new prompt and complete it all at one time. Time yourself. Try to complete it in 30 minutes. Using the opinion prompt and your Foursquare organizer that you use to analyze your prompt, write a conclusion. For your writing piece, make sure to tie your details together in this paragraph. Writing situation. Learning important life lessons helps us grow and become mature young persons and adults. Sometimes we learn those lessons from reading a book or watching a movie or television show. At other times, we learn valuable practical wisdom from events which take place in our lives of persons who are close to us. Writing directions. Which lesson has the most lasting impact? One which you read about or seen on the screen, or one which actually happens to you? Write an article for your school newsletter in which you share your opinion regarding the source of the most valuable lesson. Back up your beliefs with strong reasons. Social Studies Lesson Overview. Learning Target. I can explain how places and regions in the U.S. are defined by their human characteristics. I can describe patterns of human settlement in the early development of the U.S. Daily Learning Plan. This packet focuses on the foundations of the different regions of the United States. In order to be successful in this lesson, you will need to follow each of the steps in the learning plan below. Today you will read the provided passage, page 20 through 23, to gain understanding for today's learning target. Complete the learning target practice, page 24 through 25, using the notes from today's learning target. Answer each of the questions. To show your understanding of today's learning target, complete all parts of the practice. This is an opportunity to engage the content to gain a deeper understanding of what we are doing. Complete the exit slip, page 26, to demonstrate your understanding of today's learning target. The Midwest, the breadbasket of the United States. The history. 12 states make up the Midwest region. While each state has its own unique history, there are certain details that they all have in common. Before the European explorers arrived, the Midwest region had many different Native American tribes living there. The native people had been living on the land for thousands of years. One interesting group of people living in the region were advanced mound builders. While we are not certain why their civilization vanished, many of their mounds remain and can be visited today. Some mounds were made for burial places, while others were used as platforms for homes to be built. The Monk's Mound at the Cahokia Mounds, located in Illinois. European explorers created settlements throughout the Midwest region in the 1500s to 1700s. Some explorers arrived searching for gold and other riches. Other explorers were traders. The Midwest offered many excellent trading locations because of its water sources. Major rivers, including the Mississippi and Ohio rivers, are located in this region. In addition, 4 of the 5 Great Lakes border the Midwest: Superior, Michigan, Huron, and Erie. The land. In the Midwest, you'll find 3 types of landforms. There are flat plains, rolling hills, and mountains. Typically, when we think of the Midwest region, we picture farmland. However, that is not all that you will find in the Midwest. North Dakota and South Dakota have mountains. Even though North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, and Kansas are all part of the Midwest region, they are also part of the Great Plains. The Great Plains is a grouping of states that have certain characteristics in common. Great Plains states are known for cattle ranching and for growing winter wheat crops in dry land. The Midwest region. Farming is very important in the Midwest. Wisconsin has many dairy farms and is one of the nation's largest producers of cheese. Indiana is famous for growing popcorn kernels. Iowa, Kansas, Nebraska, North Dakota, and South Dakota grow many grain crops. Illinois, Iowa, and Kansas grow soybeans. Minnesota and Michigan grow fruit and berry crops. These are just some examples of the many important crops that are farmed in the Midwest region. In this picture, much of the land in the Midwest was once home to millions of bison, also called an American buffalo, who grazed on the grasses there. Due to overhunting, the bison became nearly extinct. Production in the Midwest region. In addition to growing crops, there are some other important industries in the Midwest. Mining, shipping, tourism, timber, and manufacturing are all important to the economy here. Coal mines are found in several Midwestern states. Access to major rivers and the Great Lakes makes the Midwest very important in the shipping industry. Those major waterways are used to move many types of products across the country and into Canada. Many people visit the Great Lakes as tourists each year. The timber industry is valuable not only for providing the wood to build things, but also for making paper. Manufacturing has been an important part of the Midwestern economy for over 100 years. The automobile industry has a long history in Detroit, Michigan, and the surrounding areas. Henry Ford built his Model T car here. He used a moving assembly line to build his cars. That allowed many people to build a car together and to produce them much faster than they were built before. Natural resources. Natural resources are materials that are found in the environment, not made by humans. Humans can then use the natural resources to make other helpful things. The Midwest region. In the Midwest, many states have coal mines. The coal is taken out of the ground and turned into an energy source. Some states in this region have oil underground. The oil is pumped out of the ground and also used for energy and turned into gasoline. We can even find gold in the Black Hills Mountains in South Dakota. There are many forests in the Midwest that provide timber, which can be made into a lot of different things. However, people must be careful not to cut down too many trees too fast. It takes a long time for trees to grow really big. Did you know that the air around us is also a natural resource? In the Great Plains states, wind turbines have been set up to capture the power of the wind to create energy. This is a great way to create energy, and it is not bad for the environment. The turbines use the wind without creating dangerous pollution. Plus, wind is a renewable resource. Renewable resource means that we will not run out of it. And this is a picture of wind turbines using the power of the wind to make energy. Climate. This is a picture of fall, or also known as autumn, leaves changing color in the Midwest. The Midwest has 4 distinct weather seasons. The summers are warm with some rainfall. The fall cools down and many leaves change colors. Fall leaves can turn bright orange, yellow, and red. The winters in the Midwest are very cold with snowstorms. Spring brings a bit of warmer air with some rainfall. And sometimes there is too much rainfall, too fast, and the states have very bad floods. Usually, all of the precipitation, snow and rainfall, is a good thing for the land. It allows the soil to stay moist where many different crops will grow. This climate also allows for the formation of tornadoes. Many of the states in the Midwest are part of Tornado Alley. That is an area that gets many tornadoes every year. Tornadoes can be very deadly. They can form quickly and become very powerful, causing a lot of damage. Landmarks. Landmarks are important places. They can be man-made things such as the monument. They can be historical locations that help us remind us of important events that happen there. They can also be things created by nature that are unique in some way. There are many landmarks in the 12 states that make up the Midwest region. Here we will take a look at just a few of them. In this picture is Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore is a sculpture carved into the granite on a side of a mountain in South Dakota. The sculpture contains the carved faces of our 4 U.S. presidents. We can see the faces of George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. The sculpted heads are 60 feet tall. In this picture is the Gateway Arch. The Gateway Arch is a 630-foot monument in St. Louis, Missouri. It is the tallest stainless steel monument in the world. It was built as a monument to the westward expansion of the United States. In particular, it was meant to be a public memorial to remember the hard work of President Jefferson, the explorers Lewis and Clark, and the many pioneers who moved west. Cave of the Mounds. Cave of the Mounds is a natural limestone cave located in southern Wisconsin. The cave has been designated as a National Natural Landmark. The limestone that the cave was carved from began forming around 488 million years ago. Cave of the Mounds is unofficially called the Jewel Box of major American caves. The cave's beauty comes from the many varieties of mineral formations found there. Guided notes. Directions. Follow along as your teacher discusses the Midwest presentation. Fill out all the missing information in this packet. The states. Refer to the numbered diagram below and list the 12 states in the Midwest region. The history. Who lived on the land that became known as the Midwest before the Europeans? What happened to those people? The land. What are the 3 types of physical geography found in the Midwest? What is a major part of land usage in the Midwest? Production. What are some of the major industries found in the Midwest? What is the nickname for Detroit? Natural resources. What are natural resources? What are some natural resources found in the Midwest region? Climate. Describe the 4 seasons in the Midwest. Landmarks. What are landmarks? List some examples of landmarks found in the Midwest region. Let's see what you know. Question 1. Which of the following are characteristics of the Midwest region? A. Has the flattest land in the U.S. B. One famous landmark is Mount Rushmore. C. Within this region, fall and spring are mild, winters are cold, and summers are hot and humid. Or D. All of the above. Number 2. How did the land in the Midwest become flat? A. Water from melted glaciers eroded the land. B. Thousands of bison grazed the plains. C. Tornadoes tore across the landscape, destroying anything in their path. Or D. The lake effect. Question 3. Why did people settle near the Great Lakes within the Midwest? A. In order to transport goods to other areas around the world. B. To build large cities. C. In order to avoid Tornado Valley. Or D. To construct Mount Rushmore. Music. Lesson overview. Learning goals. I can identify musical elements through listening. I can identify and perform rhythms including quarter notes, eighth notes, 16th notes, and quarter rests. Materials. Worksheets provided, a pencil, a music example from the radio, TV, movie, singing, etc., and a paper clip. Directions. Listen up. You will be listening to any song of your choice and filling out the listening worksheet about what you heard. Your song can come from anywhere. It can be a song on YouTube, a song a family member sings, a song on a TV or movie, or anywhere you might hear music today. Look over the worksheet provided to see the musical elements you will be listening for. After listening to the song, fill out the blanks provided. Spin, draw, clap. Follow the directions on the worksheet to use a pencil and a paper clip as a spinner. If you don't have a paper clip, just choose which music or note rest will go in each space. Write the rhythms on the spaces provided as you spin for each one. When you have filled in all of the spaces, practice clapping and saying your rhythm to a steady beat. Extension. Follow Woodlawn Elementary's music room on Facebook for videos posted by Mrs. Marshall. Email pictures and videos of student work to christina.marshall@boyle.kyschools.us for a chance to be featured on our Facebook page. If you have access at home, search for the following websites for music enrichment activities: Chrome Music Lab, Incredibox, Isle of Tune, SFS Kids, Carnegie Hall, Young Person's Guide to the Orchestra, Groove Pizza, WordSynth, and Music Tech Teacher. Spinners. How to make a spinner. Several worksheets in this set ask students to make a spinner by using a pencil and a paper clip. To make a spinner this way, place the paper clip on the center of the spinner. Holding the pencil perpendicular to the paper, put the tip of the pencil on the very center of the spinner. This should put it inside the paper clip too. Use your finger to flick the paper clip while holding the pencil in place. The paper clip will spin around the pencil in much the way a regular spinner will work. Listen up. Student name, grade, date, name of song, and composer. Tempo. Largo, really slow. Andante, walking speed. Moderato, allegro, quickly. Presto, very fast. Number 2, does the tempo change? Yes or no? If yes, how? Does it get faster? Gets slower? Gets faster then slower? Gets slower then faster? Dynamics. Pianissimo, piano, mezzo piano, mezzo forte, forte, or fortissimo. Number 4, do the dynamics change? Yes or no? If yes, how? It gets louder, gets softer, or changes more than once. The form. Are there repeating parts? Yes or no? Number 6, can you write a pattern that matches this song? ABA, ABBA, etc. or other. Melody and harmony. Describe the melody. Is it mostly high, mostly low, mostly in the middle, or a combination? Is there harmony? Do you hear more than one part? Yes or no? Expression. Describe the mood of this piece. Is it happy, sad, angry, peaceful, playful, scary, exciting, majestic, or other? Number 10. If this music were being used in a cartoon, movie, or TV show, what would be happening on screen? Tone color. Number 11. Is this a vocal piece? Yes or no? If yes, what kind of voices do you hear? One man and one woman, one child, or men, women, children, men and women? Number 12. What instruments do you hear? And other. Please write any other thoughts or observations about this piece here. Name, class, and date. Spin, draw, clap. Directions. Help the buzzing bee to get to the beehive. Using a paper clip and your pencil, create a spinner. Write whatever note it lands on in the first cloud. Continue to spin and draw until each cloud has a note or rest. When you are finished, clap your rhythms from start to finish. Start here, finish. And that concludes April 2nd NTI Day. Make sure you put all your names on all of your papers.